How's it going, everybody? Andrew Garcia here, founder of The Arena, the place where veterans go to learn how to get a job in tech sales and then succeed in that job. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. Today, I'm going to explain what the Arena program is and what it consists of. So the Arena program consists of 4 parts, but first, let me dive into why it exists. So the Arena program exists for 2 reasons. First, we want to teach veterans how to get a job in tech sales. We want to, the motto we talk about is teaching you how to fish as opposed to giving you a fish. And the idea behind this is I've learned in my career that skills are extremely important. Skills are what actually increase your personal value. So we want to hand you and teach you something. We want to teach you some skills that you can take with you for the rest of your career. So this specific skill of getting a job in tech sales is extremely valuable and useful. So we want to teach you how to fish as opposed to giving you a fish. So that's the first reason why the Arena exists. The second reason is, what a lot of you don't know is, once you get the job, the harder part, the bigger problem is, okay, now how do I do well in this job? And so we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success. And the second reason why the Arena exists is to help you do well in your first role in tech sales. All right. So teach you how to get a job and then make sure you do really well in that job once you land it. Okay. And so there's 4 parts in the Arena. Part 1 is the Arena online learning portion. Okay. The online learning portion consists of 3 phases, right? Phase 1 is mindset, vision, habits. Mindset, vision, habits. This is probably the most important phase of the online learning portion, because if we don't get this right, it's going to make it very hard to do the other phases and be successful, not just in the job search, but in sales. Because you're about to encounter challenges that you just probably haven't encountered before. You're about to face a lot of rejection, for example. You're about to see some responses and some things that you just haven't experienced, and that's okay. But the idea is, if we don't have the right mindset, we'll quit. We might get discouraged. We might decide to go do something else. What we want to instill in ourselves is, let's have the right mindset as we approach challenging things. And so that's why we're starting with mindset, vision, habit. So the mindset we want to put on is, in order to be successful in tech sales, you must have the following things. And this is required. Okay. This isn't a nice to have. This isn't hopefully this person has this. If you want to be extremely successful, you must have these things. So, for example, some of the things we're going to talk about are, you must be a person of perseverance. You must be gritty. You must be willing to keep fighting, keep trying, keep going, dogged pursuit of excellence. Someone who's out here trying to master their craft. You just must have that kind of mindset if you want to be ridiculously successful in tech sales, right? You must be a good communicator. You just have to. There's just too much on the line too often for you not to be a master communicator. And a good communicator is simply this: someone who can take a thought in their mind and articulate it in such a way to an individual or a group that it inspires action, right? So often people are like, oh man, it's right here. It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't get it out, or what I just said doesn't make sense. I'm just struggling to just articulate my thoughts and communicate well. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. No. We must be better in both verbal, body language, written communication. These are things we're going to talk about right off the bat in the first part. You must be a good leader. You must be a good team player. You must be the kind of person that people can depend on, can rely on, your internal team, your customers. You are the kind of person who, when you say something's going to get done, you do it. It's very simple. It's not easy. A lot of people aren't like that, but you're reliable. So these are kinds of things we're going to talk about in the mindset. Now, vision. Vision is, let's start way out and let's cast a vision for your life, for your future, for your career. We're going to start with an exercise called the funeral exercise. So we're going to start pretty far out, guys. And then we're going to walk it back and start to understand, what are the things that I want to become? And if these are the things I want to become, and these are the things I want to have happen to me in my career, what are the things I need to be thinking about doing? all right? So we're gonna walk back to what do you wanna have happen 5 years from now, a year from now, 6 months from now, a week from now, right? Let's start planning our weeks out. And then we roll the habits in. So if this is where I wanna be a week from now, this is what I wanna have accomplished a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now, what habits must I instill in my daily and weekly life to accomplish these things? All right. And we're going to have some accountability in place to help us achieve some of these habits. But the idea is we start with mindset. Let's get our minds right. Let's make sure that we're approaching things well from a mindset perspective. Now that we have a strong mindset, let's cast a vision out. Let's reach for the stars. Let's go for something. And then let's have a plan with habits on how to achieve it. Okay? Mindset, vision, habits. Where am I? Phase 2, part 1 is, all right, we got mindset, vision, habits. Now let's get into some nitty gritty. Let's start going after jobs. So this is where we actually start teaching you how to get jobs in tech sales. You can expect to start interviewing in this phase. We're going to be doing a lot of practice interviews. But really in this phase, once you start and you're eligible to go after jobs, you should start reaching out to people in real life and start getting interviews. So phase 2 is going to look like we're going to teach you how to approach the job hunt like a salesperson. There's a problem to solve. There's a decision maker, right? There's champions to be made. There's points of views to deliver. So we're going to teach you how to reach out and build champions, how to talk to future peers, colleagues, how to understand problems that the customers are facing, how to ask the right questions to the right people at the right time, okay? We're also gonna start talking about specific communication skills. In this particular phase, you're gonna start interviewing, and it's important that you know how to use tonality in your voice, know how to use volume, know how to use some body language, your hands a little bit, okay? You've seen me, as I'm talking through this video, I'm using my hands and telling you there's 3 phases, right? 4 parts. We're gonna teach you some things that can start to set you apart. And ultimately, what it makes people feel is, this guy knows what he's talking about. It raises the level of confidence and credibility. And so we're gonna start teaching you communication skills, also that it helps you in the job hunt, right? But the real way you're gonna excel and differentiate yourself in this particular phase is approaching the job search as if you're a salesperson. And we're going to tell you exactly what that looks like, okay? No one's doing this. No one's doing this. And it's important that you get this right, because if you get this right, the hiring manager that you're going to approach is going to look at you and say, if this is how he approaches the job hunt, then this is exactly the kind of person I want to hire, because this is exactly how I want them to approach customers in our territory. This is exactly how I want to approach customers as we prepare for meetings. If he comes this prepared to a cold call, this is exactly what I'm looking for in a salesperson, right? And so we're going to show you what that looks like in phase 2. So a lot of mock interview prep. We're going to help you sharpen your LinkedIn profile, sharpen your resume. We've partnered with some AI companies. I'll tell you one I'm really excited about is there's an AI company we partnered with that's going to allow you to do mock interviews with like an AI bot. And as soon as you're done with your interview question, it spits back a response and feedback. It's really sharp. All right, so that's phase 2. Phase 3, we got the job, all right? Phase 2 was hunting for the job. Phase 3, we got the job. Now what do we do? How do we prepare you to hit the ground running now that you have the job, all right? So in this phase, this is where we really want to elicit the response from the hiring manager that hired you. We want them to say, really just weeks after they hire you, something along the lines of, dude, that was a very good hire. I'm super pumped about this guy, right? We want that response to continue for months, and we would love to have you be the #1 rep on the team in the first 12 months. That's what we're aiming for. And so there are things you can do, especially in entry-level sales roles. It's really not rocket science. Why so many people do it is A, they don't know. They don't have the direction. So we're giving you that. And B, they just don't have the discipline, the habits. And we're going to talk through that and help you think through ways to keep yourself, and we're going to help keep you accountable. But the idea is it's not complicated. You can be a top performer. And in phase 3, we're going to teach you how. We're going to talk about account planning. We're going to talk about prospecting, objection handling. We're going to talk about simple things like, how do I make a list of people to reach out to? And once I have this list, how do I prioritize who to reach out to first? right? How often do I follow up? What kind of cadences should I have? We're going to talk about all these things. And phase 3 is really special because we're actually going to hand you a phone. You're going to use your own phone, but theoretically, you're going to get a phone and a list of people, and you're going to start cold calling. In phase 3, we're going to gamify it, and we're going to have cold calling competitions. Who can set the most meetings? We're going to have a leaderboard. Phase 3 is going to be a lot of fun. And this is going to serve as practice for you so that when you actually start your first job, you're not afraid of reaching out to a stranger and asking them to trust you with a product or a purchase, right? You've done it, right? So we want to give you the experience, the real life world experience of reaching out to strangers and asking them for something. And so we're going to do that in phase 3, and we're going to make it fun. We're going to gamify it. We're going to have a leaderboard, you against all the other people in the Arena program, right? That's the online learning portion. That is part 1, and there's 4 parts. All right, so that was part 1. Part 2 of the Arena program is the community, the network. Arguably, probably the most important part of the program. I know the part 1, what I just described, sounds super comprehensive. It is. There's a lot of value in there. There's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of practice. Part 2, though, the network. Every single job I've gotten in tech sales has been as a result of my network, has been as a result of people I know helping me out, pointing me in directions, pulling me over here to this job, introducing me to a hiring manager, every single one. And so what I'm doing is I'm exposing my entire sales network to every single person in the Arena program. There's going to be people that are coming to do speaking engagements that you're going to have access to ask questions, to reach out to privately. These people want to come alongside and help and mentor. And a lot of them are actually, low-key looking to hire candidates from the Arena. And so this is an extremely powerful part. I've already seen, as I'm recording this, the Arena's been up and running for 4 weeks. That's it, 4 weeks. And I'm already seeing my network get people interviews at Salesforce and other companies. So the network is powerful, I'm telling you guys. So you're gonna get access to the network. Part 3 is coaching. You're gonna get weekly coaching with me and my coaches, and I've got some sharp coaches on board. So you're gonna get weekly coaching with me. And then part 4 is access to the businesses that we're partnering with that want to hire you, that are looking to hire candidates in the Arena, right? We talked about teaching you how to fish as opposed to giving you a fish. Well, we're stocking the pond you're fishing in because we want to give you every possible chance to be successful. All right? That's the program. Once you're in, you're a member for life, right? We want to create a community here. It's not like it's a 6-7 week program and you're out. No. Once you're in the Arena program, you're in for life. It's a badge you can wear for the rest of your life, something you can be proud of. There's a lot more coming. This is just the beginning. We just launched. We've only been around for 4 weeks. You just wait and see what we come up with and how we're going to develop this program to change people's lives. All right? Lifetime access to the program. And that's pretty much it right now. If you're interested, follow up, reach out, hit us up, and looking forward to seeing you guys in the Arena.